Dee 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 dee. Hey everybody, it is Shaq and we are live. Well, if you're watching live, we're live. But we are back for some more HC Shaman. The journey continues. We're just going to jump right in. If I remember correctly, we are cruising along in the Barrens. So we're going to keep pumping away. I can't remember exactly which quest I wanted to do next. But we're certainly going to jump right into things. Oh yeah, I want to do the Centaur Bracers. And maybe we'll kill centaurs over here because we need to test the dried seeds and a whole bunch of that sort of stuff. Root samples we need. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to get right into it here. But the goal for today is to... What are we? We just in level 17. I'd love to get to level 18 relatively quick because we have some training to do. And there was, I feel like there was one other thing I had to do in org. And now I don't, oh, I think we wanted to do some skill level ups, professions, I believe. Yeah, my herbalism's 70 of 90, so that's okay. First aid, yeah. So I wanted to level that up as well. So the goal is we want to get to 18 and then go to a major city to train our level 18 abilities. There's a chance I haven't trained my level 16 abilities. I just don't remember. And then, ooh, there's a mage royal. So we want to get to 18. And, ooh, thank you. Thank you. Off with his shed. What kind of name is that? Off with his head. Ah, clever. I'll whisper. Thank you. Oh my god, I just ran right into this mob. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy, I was not watching, paying attention at all. Let's kill this one quickly. Yeah, he is in range of my searing totem. Man, as a warrior player, it's so nice when you're like, oh no, they netted you. Oh wait, I still have a ranged ability that I can use to murder it. Ooh, look at this. A shadow gem and a tiger's eye? What the heck? My first 2 kills? Damn, no bracers, no centaur bracers, but anyways. So yeah, what we're gonna do is, let's kill a whole bunch of centaur. And... done with root sample. Where do I hand that in? Is this Thunder Bluff? Oh no, Ratchet. Okay. Oh, that's a nice little upgrade. Nothing crazy, but I'll certainly take it. Ooh, and we got the Druid buff. Oh wait, let's pump these elixirs. Let's get these elixirs rolling. Is this nerd gonna run at me here? Looks like it. Let's just take him. Just go right at him and or her. So yeah, we're going to pump through these quests and then we want to try, I really want to try to get to 18. It's not going to be the longest session in the world, but I really would like to get to 18 so we can train. We can, let's get a little heal off here. So we can train, maybe level up some abilities too. Like I haven't leveled up alchemy in a little bit, and I'm starting to stock up pretty well on these herbs. So that would be good. And professions and first aid. Dude, where are these bracers? I've killed what? 5 mobs already? Not a single one? Not a good start. Not a good start. Okay, okay, there's some bracers. Okay. Let's do a little bandage. And I think I'm just gonna run it. Ooh, I hope I don't aggro that. I don't think I would. Yeah, we're good. Okay, nice little dodge there. Okay, nice little miss there. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. Now let's keep running this way. Oh, I guess I should test the dried seed too, eh, while I'm here? Yeah. Let's do that before I forget. Because I definitely will. But maybe we can kill some along the way here. Level 16, okay. So some of these are a little bit higher level than the ones by the other area. Let's work our way this way. Because I want to test the seeds before I forget. Because I know I'm going to. Ooh, there's... What the heck? Is that a silverleaf and a briarthorn? Like, quite literally, I hate using that word. Look at this. They're like right next to each other. Holy crap. What in the... I don't know if I've ever seen... two... is... Look at this. I don't know if I've ever seen two herbs that close together. Have you? That's crazy. Oh my god. Not complaining. And then look, there's another one up here. Oh my goodness gracious. Alright. Well, yeah, I'm certainly not complaining. Mage Royale. I might aggro. Might not. I think I will. But got it. Little earth bindy bind. Let's go, like I said, let's go test the seed. Otherwise I know I'm going to forget. And I'd just like to get that over with. And then we still have some other... Oh, there's... Okay. Oh, I should have earth shocked him, but whatever. Not the end of the world. There we go. Still have a decent amount of other good quests I can do at this level as well, which is nice. So we're in a good position. Okay, let me find this. Where the seed? Do I need... Oh no, I can just right click here. So we're fine. I didn't know if I had to actually go get the seed in my... Oh, is that a dead body? It is. Okay, oh my god, there's more herbs there, but I'm not going to go that way. Let's go this. I think there's more mobs this way. More centaurs. I mean, I do have a bunch of quests I could hand in. But let's try to kill a bunch of these first. And see where that leads us. Okay, where'd all these mobs go? There they are. Dee 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 beep boo. Pull this guy a little bit back. I just don't want to get too many. I'm still not fully confident with Shaman. I'm getting a little more confident and I'm having fun with the class. I'm just not fully confident yet. And that might be a good thing. And maybe you can relate to this. It's like when I get over too confident on like warrior, which is stupid, or hunter, that's when the mistakes happen. Little quick heal here. So maybe it's a good thing that I'm playing super afraid. Let's get a totem down here because we can pull the next guy over. This guy's really not taking much damage. Just gonna war stun. Let me just heal to be safe. Just to be safe. Alright. That's a level 15, yeah. Anyways. Alright, there we go. To villain in the house, this nerd. Villain, what is going on, my friend? How are you? How are things? Are you HCing it all? I feel like you are. I think I've seen you on and off the last couple weeks. I haven't been watching a ton of Twitch, but I've definitely seen you on a couple times. Oh, I do have Varog. Ooh, I do have the Varrock quest. Okay, I'll do that too. Currently in a turkey... Oh, right. It's Thanksgiving for you crazy Americans. Don't forget that I'm Canadian. So, ooh, okay, we can actually do Varrock right now. This is kind of nice. Yeah, I'm Canadian, so our Thanksgiving was like a month ago. But, yeah, hopefully you had a good one. How was the turkey? Ate a whole boob and passed out for 2 hours, and as I'm waking up, I grabbed a leg. Dude. Dude. That is a meal and a half. God damn, why did these hit so hard? Okay, I really gotta kill this. What? Why do these hurt so much? Anyways. Oh, I clicked the wrong totem. Is it the pack hound or the main mob that does so much damage? They seem to really hit me hard. Okay, let me we gotta mana up and heal up for if we're gonna do Varrock. Spent like 3 hours flying between Oregon TV checking if the AH had changed. I don't know why. Oh my god. So you're in no shape to be streaming tonight. Is that what I'm hearing? That's funny. Alright, let us kill Varrock. Have you been HCing at all? I think you have. I've lurked a couple times over the last few weeks. Okay, let's get Varrock over here though. I think I can pull him. Yeah, we just got him. Screw it, let's drop Searing. I just want to kill this guy fast. And then I could pull the next one to make a little more use of the Searing totem. Because yeah, it's a charger, so I don't think he's a caster. So that's good. Make use of the Searing. First night off in over a year. I've been on the PvP arc lately. Interesting. But of course I'm HC in the soul. Of course. I'm a grandfather of official WoW HC and all that. What did I want? Oh, my bags are full. God damn it. Dude, you've streamed every night for over a year? Is that what you're saying? Because that's pretty crazy, if so. Silverleaf over here. I feel like I might have to go hand some friggin' quests in. My bags are already full. What I really need to do is put some of these stupid potions in my bank. That's what I really need to do. But I have more than at least 3 or 4 quests to hand in right now. How many I have 9 of 15 bracers. Maybe let's try to finish this one up. Might as well. But yeah, my bags are packed. I'm not saying without me it doesn't happen, but without me, HC doesn't happen. Hey man, if it's a fact, it's a fact, you know? I did 372 in a row. Damn. That is what some might call commitment. So it's the Thanksgiving turkey that took you down, eh? Did you see, I want to run an RFC contest. I made a video kind of promoting it, and I made a whole bunch of new rules and kind of like soft launched it a couple days ago. I should get your, let me clear these out first. Even the days I was sick, I came on for a few hours to try to rock out and level a bit. Yeah, that's commitment. I was trying to do 365 of 365 and overshot a little. That's impressive, man. Because what I was surprised of when I first started streaming, and keep in mind, I'm a casual streamer, you know, I have a day job, etc., etc., is it's more tiring than I expected, right? It's like, oh man, best job in the world, just streaming, right? You're just playing video games all day. But if you're like talking to viewers and trying to make it entertaining and stuff like that, it can be a little bit draining. So to do it for over a year straight, That's pretty impressive. I'll show you, here I made a, I want to run, I'll pull it up here. In case you guys haven't seen it, there's a video, I posted a video on YouTube. So I'm going to run this Hardcore RFC contest December 27th. So I made a new Discord for it. I'll put the link, oh no, I think I have the link, where was it? I'll put the link in the chat, and or I'll put the link in expire, never. I'll put the link in, I'm putting it in the Twitch chat right now, and I'll also put it in the video description, so if you're watching this after the fact on YouTube. But basically an RFC challenge for December 27th. And if you are following me on YouTube, which you should, I think there's a link to my YouTube somewhere on my Twitch channel. But check my recent YouTube video, because I recorded about a 10-minute video explaining the entire contest and going through all the rules. And I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be cool. So, I mean, I'm obviously a little bit biased. But give it a watch, and or you can check out the rules in the Discord. But basically what I've done, and the difference is, I kind of built like a, I kind of designed it as like a casual friendly contest where I've broken it up into 2 phases. So there's going to be a 3-day period where you can level up. And then that Saturday night, December 27th, we're going to have the RFC race. And I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun. So definitely check it out. Again, if whether you're watching this on Twitch or YouTube, just find my YouTube channel, and it's like my second last video. You can't, it's pretty hard to miss, because it's called like launching the RFC challenge or something or other like that. Maybe what I'll do is I'll go hand this in Ratchet and empty my stuff in the bank, and then I can hand that in, I can hand that in. I have a lot to hand in. Where's the herb here? There it is. Although I only need 3 bracers left, but I have to go back to the centaur place to hand in that quest. All the mobs are dead right now, so I don't really want to have to wait. Let's go hand this in, and then I can put some of these. I have 27 minor healing pots on me for some stupid reason, so I'll go put some of them in my bank, and we'll hand in the quest. We'll hand in the quest at Crossroads, and then we can go hand in Varog, and then we can finish off the rest of the bracers. And then from there, I also have this to hand in. We could, you know what we should do is we should kill centaurs here and then go do the harpies. That's what we should do. That, I'm assuming, will get us to 18. At which point I would like to go train and catch up on professions. Anything good here? Ooh, health bot. I don't know if it's worth it to buy that. Heavy spike mace. Damn. If I was warrior, what do I learn at level 20? It's axes and maces. But I feel like there's going to be better maces at 20. So, yeah, gonna stay away from that for now. Keep it real. Alright. Let's keep cruising here. Dee 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 boo boo. And oh yeah, this is. Yeah, I don't want to do that yet. I am right here. This actually wouldn't be a bad time to go do stolen booty. Maybe I'll do that quickly. Yeah, I'm right here. I feel like I might as well, no? Kind of ready to upgrade the old bags. Oh, I should have vendored when I was right there. But yeah, anyways, check out my second most recent YouTube video. It's called something along the lines of RFC Contest 2025. And give it a watch. There's a nice little upgrade. Am I high enough for either of these? Raptor horns. Guess I might as well pick that one up. Let me do a quick Vendy.
Time is money, friend.
Okay, okay. And I have to go to the bank. Yeah, I just have way too... You know what? I'm gonna vendor... there's no way I'm using that. So I might as well put that there.
Have a good one.
And then... maybe I should just put some of the cloth in the bank. And then when I go to a major city, I'll do everything at once. This I can put down here. 1, 2... yeah, let's put like 3 stacks of those there. And I don't think I'm going to need any of that stuff, but I can definitely put this, this. Yeah. We got a decent amount of herbs. So that's good. Okay. I think that's good. Now, stolen booty. Where's the hand in? Do I have to come right back here? Yeah, I do. Okay. Because I was going to say, I could go do this, do the quest, and as soon as I get the items, I could hearth. I mean, if it's a bit of a long run, I could do that. So we could come down here, do stolen booty, hearth to crossroads, hand in. Let's see how long this run takes, and then we'll go from there. If it's as relatively short as it looks on the map, then maybe I won't. Looks like another shaman behind us. But yeah, here, I'll pull it up in the meantime. Chrome, YouTube. Just make sure I'm not running anywhere crazy. Studio. You avoid this nerd here. Content. So yeah, I'm gonna put the link right in the comments. So if you're on Twitch, it'll be in the comments. If you're on YouTube, it'll be in the description below. Make sure to check it out. I think it'll be fun. Demon Marvel. The idea basically being, if you're a casual like me, you don't really have time to commit to the usual contests, which are like, hey, spend 4 hours leveling and then run a dungeon. Right? Next thing you know, it's like a 6-7 hour event, which a lot of us don't have time for. So what I'm going to do is divide it up so that there's going to be a leveling phase. So you're going to have 3 days to get to level 10. And then, which I know is a lot, but the point is, some people might actually need it. And, ooh, can I get this before these aggro? Got it. Oh no, I got one, okay. Oh no, I got both. I think. Yeah, I got both. Let me kill this guy quick. And then, oh, they're only level 13. I feel like it would be fun at some point to switch to Ellie. I know it kind of sucks early on, so I probably won't do it anytime soon. But maybe like in the 40s or something. We'll have to see. Earth Road, I don't feel like going all the way up there, I don't think. There's Barren. This guy's fine. Alright, this was actually a really short run. So I'm going to just run back. It's not worth using my hearth. Yeah, so we got a lot of quests to hand in right now. 1, 2, 3, at least 4. Might even have... thought there was another one. 1, 2, 3... oh no, just 4. Okay. Yeah, so just So phase 1 will be leveling, 3 days to get to level 10, and what that means is even if you're a filthy casual, you'll be able to get a character to level 10. And it means if you want to sweat it out a little bit, you can get a character to level 10, you can max out some professions, you could maybe try to get some, you know, BIS level 10 items, you can plan it out a little bit better. So there's room for both casuals and for more sweaty players. And then on the Saturday night, everyone has to be logged in the Cleft of Shadow by a certain time. And the group organizers or the contest organizers will put everybody into groups of 5, and then we'll do the RFC race. And so the other reason why I like that is we make the groups, and we're gonna find a good way to mix them up so like it's not a bunch of like sweaty pros all together. And what that means is that the casuals and the sweaty players get to play together, so you might get a chance to, you know, play with some cool people. And also everybody kind of has a good chance, right? Because what I found is in a lot of these other contests, you kind of know the favorites, right? Because you make your own team and you kind of know who the best players are, and it's like a lot of the same people are winning everything. But the way we do it like this, where we make the teams, is it's more of an equal playing field. Everybody kind of has a chance to win. So anyways, like I said, watch the video, check it out, join the Discord, read the rules, let me know if you have any questions, and hopefully you'll sign up, tell your friends, tell your family, and yeah, hopefully you'll take part, because I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm gonna I won't be participating. I'll be streaming it live. So the Saturday night, the RFC race, I will be streaming it live with some co-commentators, co-casters, and yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. We're gonna make sure there's at least one person streaming on every team, and it'll be fun. It'll be cool. So maybe I'll show off the video at the end of this stream. Yo, I've still to watch the video. Is it self-found? Yes, Conbag. How you doing, man? I just linked to it. Here, I'll link it again. It is self-found. So it's, you'll have 3 days. Hold on, is this an upgrade? Not really. Well, I guess the spirit is, and it's only 3 less armor. So maybe I will put them on. YOLO. It's 4 less armor, but it gives me 3 spirit. And I've got pretty good armor right now with the shield. Yes, it will be self-found. So Conbag, the rule here, while I'm on flight, I'll pull it up. This is the Discord if you haven't joined yet. And the rules are all here in the Discord. And basically, I'm not going to read through them now because there's too many. Well, there's not a ton. And then, yeah, the video is on YouTube. Hey, folks, where basically it's 10 minutes. You can watch it on 1.5, where I basically run through all the rules. And, but I mean, it's not that complicated. You have 3 days to make a solo self-found character and get to level 10. And then on the 3rd day at 8 p.m., you have to have your character in the Cleft of Shadow. And we're going to have everyone... The only other thing that we ask is that you fill out a registration form. And we're going to get everyone's name, their role, so tank, healer, DPS, your level of sweatiness. So like, are you going to sweat it out? Are you a super casual, etc., etc.? And can you stream? And then based on that, we're gonna create the teams of 5 on the Saturday night. And I never picked up the Stagnant Oasis. What the heck? Or did? Why is it? I thought I did. Oh no, it's the hand-in. Okay, I'm an idiot. Silverleaf right there. And then yeah, we're gonna make the teams that night to and send everyone in to the Ragefire Chasm. And I'll be streaming it live, so we'll be watching all the different teams as they duke it out. and or die a painful death. Sounds cool. Might have to get involved. Dude, definitely should. At the very least, mark off the dates. Join the Discord, mark off the dates. And yeah, it'd be great to have you. It'd be great to have you take part. Now, I'm gonna go hand this quest in. Oh, we have two quests to go north. Have you been HCing it? No, you said you weren't, right, Conbag? You were taking a bit of a break, I think? If I remember correctly. But hey, this could be a nice little quick hit. Because, like, if you want to do it casually, a guy like you can probably get to level 10 in 2 hours? 2.5 hours? Maybe you spend another 20, 30 minutes, level up a profession or two, and you're good to go, right? Like, you don't have to get all level 10 bist out to take part. And that's what I think is kind of cool about this setup. Is even if you're not playing much or not super intense, you can still take part and have some fun and have a chance at winning, you know? So, alright, it's sitting desk time here, folks. So anyways, I'm gonna try it out, and hopefully we have a good amount of people that take part, and hopefully it's fun. I think it will be. But I mean, the thing about stuff like this too is, like, you try it, and then based on how the first one goes, we can always adjust, right? Maybe level 10 is too low. Maybe 3 days is too much time or too little time. I don't know. But you really don't know until you try it, and then kind of adjust from there. Yeah, nothing on the go at the moment, but I agree. This is approachable enough to maybe entice me. Oh boy, we're enticing. We're enticing the con bag. Now keep in mind, it is. Are you US or NA con bag? I think you played on or US or NA or EU. Oh, this is a really nice ring, but I think we gotta be careful with that quest, right? Yeah, it's a level 19 quest, so we'll save that for a little bit longer. Let's go see if we can finish off some centaurs quickly, and or I'm gonna head up to the harpies as well. You got interrupted by an, oh god, I swear to god there's like no way for me to just turn off ads. It's kind of frustrating. I don't think I can turn them off completely. I believe I have them set to the minimum, but I don't think I can like fully turn them off, which is a little bit frustrating as someone who clearly isn't retiring anytime soon from these streams. But anyways, no, I was asking if you normally play NA or EU, because obviously the contest I'll be running will be oh no, you've played NA. I've seen you in game before. But if there's somebody on EU who also wants to take a lead and like run an EU version, then I'd be more than happy to coordinate that together as well. So we'll see. See what comes of it. See if I can get a couple quick bracers here. Yeah, these are lower level than the ones at the other. Oh, there's one. Oh, an 8 slaughter. We could use that. As I sit in the middle of the lightning. Oh no, I'm not. Let's see, are we gonna go 3 for 3 here perhaps? Is there another one in here? Yeah. No, we got some boots. Let's kill this nerd. Little wrangly. Yeah, I mean, that's the hope, right? Is to entice people who are kind of on the fence or maybe don't have a lot of time and or maybe haven't played in a while. It's holiday season. They're looking for something to do. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. I've done both. No sub at the moment, so NA might get a resub. Oh, baby. Yeah, that would be great. But does it affect does it affect your latency at all, depending on which one you pick? I'm assuming not that. Somebody just cleared that camp. Alright, let's head north. And worst case, even if there aren't many alive up here, I can still go do the harpies. Because we need that quest either way. Yeah, this is cleared out. Oh, good timing. Good timing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, it didn't aggro those. Wow. Surprising. Surprising and or lucky. Okay. So we're definitely on pace to hit 18 tonight. Got some milk. That's actually much needed. Oh, these are level 12. Be slapping them around. Pretty nice. Not a whole lot. Played with much worse in my younger years. True classic experience. Yeah, I mean, back in the day, I think we all struggled with, you know, not just like internet latency, but just like crappy computer, right? Can I pull? Do I have to kill all three? I guess killing all three of these wouldn't be terrible. Well, it'd be ideal if I could just pull one. Let's see what happens here. I got at least two. How did he not pull? Maybe I can just kill them here, actually. This isn't so bad. They're only level 12, so they're not hitting me for much. Let me interrupt. Yeah, I remember, like, man, because I think I started in, like, 2006 or 2007. So, like, just think of the computers we were playing on, the graphics cards we were using, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's night and day now, right? Ah, the hand-in's right there. Nah, yeah, let's go do this. You know what we might do? We might do the... Oh, that's for raptor horns. I think I'm going to do the talons. And then maybe just go hand these two in. And then that'll definitely ding 18 because I have another 2 quests to hand in. And then I'll have to see what time it is. I don't want to be on too late. I'm probably only going to be on for another 25-ish minutes. And so either if we have time, or maybe off stream or in the next stream, I'll go to Thunder Bluff. I gotta train level 18 abilities. I gotta level up first aid. I gotta level up, I want to level up my alchemy. It's starting to fall, not fall behind, but I have a bunch of stuff that I need to be turning over. Still got decent elixirs, but could have more. And or higher level ones. Now I've got this sweet setup, mostly play 20-year-old games. Yeah, I know, eh? It's like, hey, now that we're older with jobs that can buy these sweet PCs, we still play the game that we played in 2007. Funny how the world works. But it's actually crazy to think about how popular this game and this version of the game still is, right? And I've thought about, ooh, no, that's not an upgrade. I've thought about it a little bit recently too. And one of the things I've been thinking about is like, how is this game still so popular, right? Like what is classic WoW gets so right? And Conbag, you probably have some good takes on this too. But if you really think about why, especially classic, right? Because there's so many versions of WoW, and there's something about classic. And if you take that a step further, what's even more crazy to me is that this was the game that they launched with, right? So like, now obviously it launched in phases, right? So like it wasn't perfect on release and it didn't have all the raids on release. But for a game that came, for the most part, out of nowhere, Oh, these are level 18. Okay. Oh no, that's level 15. Okay, so I gotta kill this one first. And then I gotta be careful with these level 18s. I've died. I gotta be careful. I think it's the Slayers, right? There's like the Harpy Slayers that can execute. I've died here on a warrior. I think I was like level 18, 19. Anyways, where was I going with that? Let me get back into it. Actually, let me mana up and then I'll get back into that line of thinking. Yeah, so here's what I've been thinking about. How the heck was Classic WoW so good on launch? Like, they launched this game in what, 2004? MMOs weren't even really a thing. And they just knocked the game out of the park. They just created a brand new genre, and the same version of the game is still played 20 years later. So I've been trying to think of like, well, what is it? Like, what was the magic behind it? So like, for example, the classes, they just made such good classes. Like, they hit all of the classic, you know, the warrior, the priest, the blah blah blah, right? Classes, crushed it. Abilities, really good abilities. It's fun to level as a lot of these characters. The zones, like, so cool, so unique. The storylines, the depth, you know, etc., etc. So good. Dungeons, like, were dungeons really like, did you really have open world leveling and then dungeons? I guess there were like dungeon grinders back then. But also just like how good the friggin' dungeons were, right? Again, like, even the first dungeons in the game, some of my favorite dungeons in the game are actually the early level ones. RFC is obviously kind of boring, but like, it's still kind of cool. Dead Mines is sweet. Wailing Caverns is sweet. SFK is sweet. Like, think of all those dungeons. They're all like friggin' awesome. There's no like, other than like maybe like Stockades is kind of like a boring sleeper dungeon. But they crush dungeons. What else did they crush? Like, talents. So friggin' cool. Now, are some of the talent trees or some of the talents kind of stupid? Sure. But like, this is what they launched with. This was their very friggin' first version of the game. Professions. All the, like, such smart, cool professions, right? On launch. Just crazy. Like, I can't imagine the work and effort that must have gone into the game. And like I said, the fact that they got so many of those things so right on the launch of the first version of the game. Again, with the caveat, there were obviously some patches to like touch things up. But yeah, I don't know. Like, such staying power, because I think they just knocked it out of the park from the get-go. Even just like the vibe, like, I love WoW graphics. I think that's why we still play it 20 years later, because like, it doesn't look outdated. It obviously doesn't look like the new 2025 games in terms of like how, you know, technologically advanced they are, but it's still like, look at the graphics right now. Like, it looks like a cool, you know, at the time it like blew everything away with how good the graphics are, so much so that it's you know, held up into the 2020s and beyond. So anyways, I'm gonna stop my rant there, but just if you think about how fun the game is and how impressive it is that they built and launched this game with all these good things and mechanics and whatever over 20 years ago in the first version of the game that many think is the best version of the game, which means even though they continue to launch some really amazing expansions, like I think TBC was amazing, I thought Wrath was really good, TBC might be my favorite, but most people still say that like Classic is the best, if not probably like in the top 3 versions of the game that has now, what, like a dozen versions? So anyways, that's the end of my rant. Let me kill this nerd. We almost done here? We got 6 of 8. I haven't even been counting. It was the biggest game in the world in its heyday. I think so many people fell in love with it and have this romanticized, nostalgic connection. So that's definitely a part of it too, right? Is like, hey, if WoW came out in 2018, would it be the same thing? It probably wouldn't be as big of a success. I don't think anybody can doubt that. But the fact that it was so good, like, it was, I guess there were like some other like quote unquote MMOs at that time, but it was just like so ahead of its time, right? In terms of graphics and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I kind of think about that too, which is like, how much does nostalgia come into play? How much does nostalgia carry it forward until now? But either way, you can't deny the success that it had for those first 10 years, right? You can't deny it. It was far and away the most popular game. It had what, at its peak, 11, like 12 million subscribers, I think, in Wrath or whatever it was. I don't know. We've all seen the charts, and now Blizzard doesn't release the data, or Activision or Microsoft or whoever the heck owns them these days. But yeah, man, I still think that if you think back, if you think about what you love about this game and just the fact that this was what they launched with, like this was so amazing at launch, it's like no surprise that some people like us still can't get rid of it. But anyways, that's just one man's opinion. Okay, we need 2 more of these. And yeah, it's still surprising, but not surprising to me, I guess, that there hasn't been a true WoW killer. But the other thing too, maybe, that I've thought about and talked to people about is like, is it because the MMO generation is kind of like over, right? Like, is the next generation not into MMOs, right? Like, are the 50, 12, 13 to 25-year-olds, and maybe even older, are they just happy with their Fortnites, right? Like, their MMOs are like the long, investment, slower grind type games is the newer generation into the, insta spawn in, play a game, and then you're on to the next one, right? So like your Fortnites, your League of Legends, like those style of games. I don't know. You make a solid case for it. You're totally right. You got to remember, it came out before smartphones, before microtransactions, before social media. It was one of the first big mass adoptions of technology. Yeah. I mean, there was even like YouTube wasn't really that popular, right? Like, I think back, the other thing I think about too is like how bad we were at the game back then. Because there was no YouTube, there wasn't all this content, there wasn't Wowhead. I mean, those things were like starting up, but they weren't as prevalent or really being used as they are now. Also, we were all just like bad, right? We didn't have DPS rotations optimized. We didn't, you know what I mean? Like, I can only imagine. I'd love to have some videos of like raids from back in the day, or like even dungeon runs from back in the day, just to see like how bad we were. There we go, there's number 8. Okay, so before I continue that line of thinking, let me run up here. I'm going to hand this in, I'm going to hand this in. I'm going to hearth, and then we can hand this in, and then I'll probably just fly to TB Bluff. We had Thoughtbot, Alakazam, and Warcraft movies. Oh man, I remember those. I think I used to use Alakazam most. But yeah, I forgot about those websites. That's so funny. But yeah, it was so different. But again, the same game that was so good. So I think really what I'm trying to get to here, I think, is like the original developers of this game just absolutely knocked it out of the park. And that plus a bunch of nostalgic, people in our generation, and the game's still alive and well today. Obviously there's different versions, and like the retailers Probably a little bit different from... I don't think I'm going to bother for that Peace Bloom. Those who play retail probably vary a little bit from those of us that play more classic and HC. But still, you know, it speaks to the staying power at least a little bit. What do we have over here? Briarthorn. Briarthorn would be nice. Doo-dee-dee-bee-boo, dee-bee-dee-boo. Yeah, Briarthorn definitely gives me a level up. Okay, so we're going to hand in these 2 quests up north. Then we're going to Hearth. Then we're going to hand in Crossroads. Ah, crap. Crossroads and west of Crossroads. Then we're going to go to a major city, because that will have done us 18. And either on stream or off stream, and I'm saying this part out loud so I don't forget, I'm going to train level 18 abilities and level up professions. So more specifically, I'm definitely going to level up alchemy, because I can probably get a good like 30-40 points. And first aid, I want to get to the wool bandages. And yes, I am pronouncing that incorrectly on purpose. So, but yeah, that's what I think about sometimes, which is how good the game was at launch, and maybe another reason. And let me know what you think about this. Maybe another reason why there hasn't been a WoW killer is because classic WoW did such a good job at crushing what a great MMO should be that you couldn't do that much better of a job. Because, like, how much better, if you really think about it, for this genre, like, I don't know, how much better could you other than, like, much better graphics, how much better can you really make it? Can you make the classes that much cooler? Can you make the combat that much cooler? I mean, yeah, but like that much cooler to be better than what we have right now? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. So anyways, I hope MMOs see a resurgence. I don't know if I'm just old and out of touch, but it was such a formative thing for me, and I'm not sure Fortnite has any of those qualities. Well, I've thought about that too, Conbag. And I think a few things. Number one is generational, right? Like, maybe the MMO was just our generational type of game, right? Just like there was a genre that played a lot of FPS. There was a genre that played a lot of dungeon crawler. There was a genre that played a lot of whatever, right? Like, insert genre here. And maybe it was just our time and place for MMOs to be the game, right? And then the other thing I think is along the same lines, like different generations act differently and look for different things, you know? So, but still, I'm not sure Fortnite has any of those qualities. I mean, think about it. Even if you're playing Fortnite, so like, for example, what are the things that are great? And I'm not going to do that now. What are things that were like really great and formative about playing WoW when you were younger? For example, I'll give you a quick list of my things: communication, teamwork, strategy, you know, stuff like that. You could probably, I'm no Fortnite expert, but you could probably make similar arguments for Fortnite, right? In the sense that you log on with your bros, you know, whatever they do. They use Discord? If you're playing on like Xbox, do you use Discord? I don't even know, because I'm a PC nerd. I don't play console. But you know, if you hop into Discord with 3 or 4 other buddies and you go play a few rounds of Fortnite or whatever you call it, I don't know. Are you not doing similar stuff? You're communicating, you're strategizing, you know, reaction time, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I don't necessarily disagree with you, but I also think there's probably an element of like, get off my lawn, like back in our day things were better, you know what I mean? And if kids of this generation don't have the same interest to sink 10 days worth of playing time into a character to get to max level, then maybe that's just how things are, right? I don't know. The uniquely social aspect of MMOs, having to speak to other people, organizing raids, having a long character progression. I hear your point, but I don't think I can be convinced it's the same. Yeah, I can definitely take that point. I would say that there probably is at least some of everything that you think is positive that exists in these other ones, but probably, to your point, not to the same extent. So, uniquely social aspect, like meeting random people out in the open, right? And maybe like meeting a random person out in the open world and forming a group with them to overcome a challenge, right? You don't get that in Fortnite because, well, I guess if you get teamed with random people, but you may not be in voice chat with them, and or you, from what I see on TikToks, you might just be flaming each other the whole time. Organizing raids, I would argue, are more detailed than like one game of Fortnite, right? I don't know how long a game of Fortnite takes. I'm assuming like somewhere between like 5 to 15 minutes, whereas a raid might take you, you might spend 2, 3, 4 hours in a raid with 24, 39, 9 other people. So yeah, I take your point of like, oh, I can't, ooh, there's a 2, but that's not very good. Can I use axes? Oh, that's not even as good anyways. Alright, I'll vendor the two-hander. Having a long character progression. So that's probably an important one in terms of like making bigger and longer commitments to realize a bigger end goal. Right? Because again, and again, probably a little generational, and again, probably 50% of you are like, oh, Josh, you just sound like an old man. But having to put in all this time and energy to progress your character and get gear and get things that stick with you forever versus playing a 10-minute game and then you're done and then everything's reset from zero. Right? So yeah, like teaching like hard work, sacrifice for the long term, blah, blah, blah. I hear your point. Yeah. So I'm assuming you're probably thinking along those lines. And I think I agree. I think I agree with you. I think there's some, like I said, some things that probably are almost or just as good, but some things that maybe don't capture it as much. But it's an interesting topic. It's an interesting topic and an interesting trend, right? To like see how gaming has evolved. But I don't know, like for example, I've had phases where I've played League of Legends and you log in and it's like a 15 to 35 minute game and there's still character progression in the sense that you got to level up your character in that game, you got to get gear for character in that game, but then to your point, at the end of the game it's all done. Now there is some ongoing progression, like you do have an overall account level and you can get skins and you can get, extra summoner spells and stuff like that are logged to your account. But I would say it's not to the same extent as like an MMO character, if that makes sense. There's probably a financial motivation to it as well. Maybe it's just inherently expensive to run MMOs and these long grindy games are just harder to monetize than short punchy games selling you skins. Well, it's 100% true in two ways. Number one is if you can go freemium. So I think one of the benefits, like if you think of Fortnite and League of Legends, right? Two big names that I think most people will at least recognize. They can afford to run them freemium, which means it's free to play. And then as you alluded to, you sell skins, you sell microtransactions to make your money. And you could argue that MMOs could run that same way too. I think some of them do. The big problem is, in my opinion, now I'm not an expert on the business of video games, but I think the big difference is how long it takes to build and launch them, right? So think about League of Legends and Fortnite. League of Legends and Fortnite is, or if you were going to build a competitor to them, you basically just have to build a map and a bunch of characters, right? So maybe you build it and launch it in 6 months, a year. I don't know, right? Now think about building an MMO. Like, look at this map, right? I mean, I don't have to tell you guys, if you're, World of Warcraft fans. You have to build this whole friggin' world. Then you have to fill each zone with design, character, mobs. Like, look at all this shit that I'm flying over. Then you have to build in quests. Then you have to build in abilities. Then you have to build in talents. Then you have to build in professions. Then you have to build in, like, everything that you're seeing here, right? It's crazy. What we've seen from, like, recent MMO launches is it's like years and years of development, right? So from a monetization standpoint, it's a much bigger risk, and it's way more expensive to build an MMO, right? To build a MOBA, right? League of Legends is a MOBA, multiplayer online battle arena. I forget what MOBA stands for. What does MOBA stand for? Let me look it up here. MOBA, multiplayer online battle arena. I think I got it. So to build a MOBA, or at least like an initial version that you can just launch but then eventually make better, there's just so much less to do, right? Like, again, you could launch with one map and like 10 characters. Now, obviously the devil's in the details, but just think of the build time compared to an MMO. A monthly fee is such a massive barrier to entry as well. If you're not an MMO Andy, you can't overstate how much of a turnoff that is for a potential new player. I mean, especially now with all the freemium games, right? Because you have to think about this too. Not only are you competing with other MMOs, you're competing with really all video games, right? So if you have an individual who's thinking of trying out a new video game, now if they're dead set on playing an MMO, then they're dead set on playing an MMO. But if they're not, they're just like, I kind of want to try something new. You're kind of competing with every other type of video game. So it's exactly like you said. If it's like, hey, do you want to pay $20 a month to try to play WoW Classic, or do you want to jump in to League of Legends for free and play it as much as you want? So, yeah, the business of video games, I think, is like super interesting, and where things are going is super interesting. I think part of why MMOs have to, now there's an interesting question of like, well, because I think there are some freemium MMOs, right? Some of them, I think, like Lord of the Rings Online, and like a lot of the ones that launched initially, a lot of them were initially paid, but then some of them have converted over to freemium. But I wonder what the business case is on like freemium versus charging a subscription. I don't know. Ooh, we get another flame shock. Do I need Stoneclaw rank 2? It gives it extra health, which is kind of nice. I'm just gonna buy it. Lightning Shield rank 2, Rockbiter rank 3, Flame Tongue rank 2. I should probably buy it, although I haven't used it much. Ooh, yeah, I definitely forgot to train at level 16. Oops. Cure Poison, Healing Wave. Ooh, Tremor. Shakes the ground, removing fear. Okay, we definitely need that. Ugh, I'm gonna have to find a place for all these friggin' totems. I feel like Shaman, your bar fills up real fast. That's what I'm experiencing. Let me put rank 2 there. What else did I learn? Stoneclaw rank 2. Rockbiter rank 3. Flame Tonguer rank 2. Lightning Shield rank... Damn, that was a lot of abilities. Or a lot of upgrades. Do I have... Yeah, that's rank 2. Healing Wave rank 4. Now Totem. Oh yeah, Cure. Jesus Christ. I'm running out of abilities here, folks. Tremor. Removing fear. What did I used to use for... We'll do Shift R for now. Screw it, I'll figure that stuff out after. Okay, we gotta train... First aid we did. Herbalism and alchemy. Herbalism. Can I train it? Probably. Agree, super interesting. I really hope Microsoft put WoW on Game Pass. It feels like it might happen. It definitely feels like it's something that would make sense. It'll be interesting to see. Because yeah, I don't know. They make so I gotta stop at the bank first, damn it. Because they must make so much money off the WoW subscriptions. Retail has that one button mode, which could be a precursor to a console controller version of WoW. Man, what do you think? I think that's so crazy. I don't know. Maybe I actually kind of have mixed feelings about the one button mode. For those of you who haven't heard it or seen it, in Retail WoW, it's basically where you have the option where they just give you one button and you can just spam the one button to do DPS. And I don't know. If anything, that seems more Fortnite-y to me than anything. Like, is that not a little crazy? I don't know. I have very mixed feelings about it. Ah, frig. I'm gonna have to go back and learn. Linen. Let's level this up for a few more. I'm just gonna stick on for another 5-10 minutes, level this stuff up, and then I'll probably call it there. I don't know. I've mixed feelings about the one button mode. It seems kind of stupid to me to create this game with all these abilities and rotations and blah blah blah, and then just be like, okay, well, if you want, you can just toggle this on and just spam this one button and it'll do, I don't know what the math is, like it's probably like 90% of what you do if you min-maxed, or 80%. I don't know. Do you know much more about it than that, Connor? I don't have any idea. I'm gonna have to go learn. I'll do that another time. I might as well make the last two. But yeah, if you have any thoughts on the one button rotation for Retail, I think it's kind of stupid. But at the end of the day, I guess the counter to that is, well, hey, people are just going to use add-ons to kind of do it anyways, so why not just have it built into the game? But still, I don't know. You do acceptable DPS with it, but to be optimal, you need to press your own buttons. Do you have any idea, is what I hear? Okay. Do you have any idea of, like, what we're talking about percentage-wise? Like, do you do, you know, 70%, 80%? I guess it depends on the player as well. Let me make a couple of each of these. I guess it's player dependent because, you know, some players are better than others at maximizing. But I don't know. No idea, but I'm also curious. Yeah, that's what I'd be curious to know. Let's see if I can learn any new. Level 50. Elixir of Minor Fortitude. Let's make 3 of those. Oh, I had that. Did I hand the quest in for... I must have handed the quest... Yeah, I did hand the quest in for those herbs that I picked up. What else can I train here? 55. Healing potion. Might as well just do this. Although I'm going to use up all my silver leaf, but I'm going to have a lot of healing pots. Oh, I got to close this and reopen it. See how many of these I can make. Only 4? Oh, I need more Briarthorn. Okay. But this is good. We're getting into the next level of health pots. So that's good. Yeah, I'd be curious to know if anybody out there knows what, might as well make this, like roughly how much what percentage of your DPS do you lose if you go from your normal, let's say you're not like a rank 1 or whatever the heck you call it in retail. Let's just say you're like an above average DPS player. You're an above average DPS player. Again, I don't really know what that means in retail. Let's say you do like 10,000 DPS, right? If you use the 1-button rotation, how much does your DPS decrease? Does it go down to like 8,000, 7,000, 9,000? I don't know, but I'd be curious to know that. If having 1-button mode is the price we pay to get WoW viable on controller and therefore available on Game Pass, then that's ultimately the right call. I wouldn't use it myself, but it would open up WoW to a whole new audience, and that is sorely needed. I guess, but like, do you want to play classic WoW? Do you want to play hardcore WoW with a 1-button motor? Or is this only for retail, are you saying? I don't know. Because, like, more isn't always better, right? More players aren't always better. Sometimes quality over quantity, as they say, right? So, I don't know. I don't know. This goes there. Let me put all this back in my bag. This can go in my bag. And I think I might log out from there. Disagree. In MMOs, more players is always better. Oh, Conbag, that is a strong statement. I think always is too strong. If you want to say more players is usually better, I could probably get behind that. But I don't think more players is always better. If you dumped an extra 5,000 like dog shit players who are lazy and don't follow instructions and blah blah blah, I don't necessarily think that's a better thing per se, even if the world is a little bit quiet. Now if you add an extra 5,000, like, you know, random mix of like some good players, some bad players, sure, great, you know, I can agree with that. But I don't know. I think it's a little bit too strong to say always better. I would absolutely take that is exactly WoW in its heyday. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can agree with that. But it was still like we were all dog shit, right? We were all bad. That's just how everybody was, right? I'm just saying, I get your point. I think in most cases adding more players is a good thing. But like, there's also a specific community, a certain type of player. And like, yeah, I don't know. Especially like on console, it's so different. Like, how do you, like, look at this. I'm only level 18. How do I manage this? How do I manage all this stuff on console, right? And again, especially on Classic or HC, like, do you want to go into a Dead Mines with 4 other one button pressing, 1-button mode players who are sitting on the couch with their legs up, you know, never been Dead Mines before? You know what I mean? Anyways, I don't necessarily think there's a right or wrong answer, but I do think that just dumping a whole bunch of new players isn't always the best thing. Could it be in this case? Maybe. I don't know enough, but anyways, that would be my thought process there. And on that note, I'm going to bed because I'm tired. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, Conbag. Thanks for the fun discussion, as always. And yeah, if you're watching on Twitch, make sure you're following. And if you're not already, make sure you're subscribed on YouTube, because I put all of the VODs up there. I put other random stuff up there as well. And I'll be sharing more about the RFC challenge closer to it as well. So thanks very much for tuning in. The one button mode is a foot in the door. They get a taste for WoW and try out the other version. I don't know, man. If they're all Fortniters and League of Legends, you know how many buttons you have in League of Legends? You have 4 abilities. So like, are the League of Legends Fortniters gonna want to shift over to 17 abilities? And if you're playing on console, how do you even do that? How do you have 17 abilities on console, right? I don't know. Anyways, maybe there's a solution. Or maybe it's like you said, it's a foot in the door to get them over onto a PC. Because they're like, oh wow, this is cool. Maybe I should try this on PC, right? I don't know. Or maybe you split it up. Maybe there's servers just for people on console and servers for people on PC, right? I don't know. Food for thought. So anyways, yeah, it's my bedtime. Thanks Conbag for tuning in. Thanks everybody else as well. And make sure you're liking and subscribe. The video really helps the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care everybody. Have a good one.